All right. Well, hopefully get a few people in here tonight. Gonna be nice to hop on and stream a little after being away for a few days. And wow, 95 subscribers. I'm absolutely stoked. Get a few people in here tonight. Be nice to hop on and stream a little. Hey, hi Lisa. How you doing? Hopefully you're well. Hey, what's going on? My opinion. I had a stressful day as well. Moving somebody who is an alcoholic and has a mental illness is quite the trial and tribulation, I might add. But I'm home and I got a little bit to deal with tomorrow, but I'm going to be getting some new stuff for the tank. So, kind of looking forward to that. The new pump's working great. So, and I'm sorry to hear that you had a terrible day as well. You can hear my voice is shot. So, how you doing? My opinion. Nice to see somebody new on the channel. And welcome to anybody who else has joined in. That's right, I'm back on the air. Oh, cool. I don't always see who subbed. I do apologize. Sometimes it just slides by and I never see it. So I haven't even seen my tanks technically in 2 days. It's pretty wild. I was not nervous. I dropped in really quick while running somebody back from Halifax up to Fredericton. And it was kind of funny that I didn't look at the tank that I had treated with peroxide, the rock, to see how that was doing. Oh, how's he doing, by the way? Um, that's nasty. Um, so yeah, we'll see. I'll probably be shooting a video hopefully tomorrow night. I'm hoping. If not, I'll do another video for Monday. Oh, so much to do. It's rough. Yeah, is he all right? Is he severely injured or anything, or is just sore? Yeah. Wow, we're down to one viewer that quick. That's really wild, Lisa. Apparently, people don't want to hear me talk about anything. I'm sorry to hear the truck's totaled. I was driving my dad's brand new truck. He's only had it like 6 months. I'm the only one of the three boys that can drive it too. That says something, don't it? Yeah. Back, neck, spinal, anything like that, or just. I hope not. Fucking car accidents are rough. Yeah, just to check them out. Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it's less serious than that. Lower back and neck. Yeah, rear ender. Well, I'll make a little lemonade out of the lemon. Yeah. Yeah, my opinion. Trying to think, which video dragged you into my channel? Oh, it would be stressful. It's always stressful. Oh, oh. If you can remember which video dragged you into my channel, my opinion. My op. That's what I'll call you. I had this thought, and I think I'm going to say it so it records it. I wanted to do an opening on the channel sometime and do that movie voice thing and go, in a world where fish tanks need someone to give you good information, you've got this lunatic to help you out. Yeah, something like that. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I work hard at them. So I'm going to be working harder. I got to start putting effects back in them too. Like a lot of people really liked it when I did the one on the skimmer pump and I had lightning shoot from my eyes and set the bucket on fire. Like, that took a little while, but it's not that hard. But I'm actually sitting here now going, how the hell did I do that? I kind of remember. Hey, what's going on, Angelic? Dave. Yeah. I know I was gone a few days. My female cat won't leave me alone. She's like all over me. Yeah. What, sweetheart? No. I got to watch a little of, I think it was one of Rico's streams there while I was out. And, oh, just so want to be done with family matters right at the moment. Even better, he has zero clue, zero thoughts on what I'm doing. It's like, oh, I even took him to a couple of reef shops when I was in Halifax. Still no clue what the heck I'm doing, right? It's just, it's a fish tank, right? Yeah, that's what it is. It's just a fish tank. So, yeah, I was really tempted when I was in Halifax to buy a blue tuxedo urchin when I was there because he AFK Reef had one, and he was like literally the size of like a bottle top, just this tiny little urchin. Yeah, yeah, it's something. Especially coming from somebody who's gone through rehab, and my favorite is the term recovering alcoholic. I'm always like, okay, I gave up booze. I don't think I'm recovered. I think I just stopped. Or I'm recovered. Well, maybe that's the term I'm looking for. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, there's no. You're right, Maya. There is no such thing as just a fish tank in the reef hobby. Yeah. Yeah. Almost bought an Apex Junior, but they wanted $220, and I'm like, and it's used, and I'm like, well, it's got the reef link. I don't care. It is. My mother went through a real phase with it, and she's ill enough now that she's kind of clued in she can't. So, there's that. But, the only reason she stopped is she's that ill. And then, this guy, I guess I'm lucky I'm his favorite nephew. I'm, like don't want to say like I care. It's more like that's nice. Like, great. So I'm the guy you call, it's like, yeah. No. No. Yeah, and that's just it. And I mean, if I'm going to buy an Apex, I'd, I'd rather just get the new one because that way it's going to do what I want. And with one extra PM1 module, I can have the 20-gallon hooked up to it, and I only got to buy the probes, right? I don't know, kind of bugs me when I start looking at it. Or I'd just buy a reef keeper. You know what I mean? I've got a reef keeper, so I just buy the modules, right? And it costs me the same. Just doesn't make sense, right? Oh, Lisa, did you hear from Ray yet? Please tell me that you've at least heard from Ray. That he's answered you back on an email or something. I don't know. Sorry, my hands are all screwed up. You hear me cut my nails. If you did, of course they were snapping because I was lifting stuff. I literally moved half an apartment today myself. They are. I think so. I agree with that, Dave. Yeah. You still have it, eh? So you wrote him back at Ray at reefsupplies.ca? And if you did, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get your address sometime today. You're going to email me it. I'll email him your address and say that for whatever reason there's some disconnect with the emails, and I will get him, and if he sends something great, and if he doesn't, well, whatever. But I'm a little dismayed at that. But yeah, that's what we'll do. You email me your address, and I will get that to him, and he'll do what he will. Like I said, I still have the AquaClear 70, and if I can, I'm going to try to get you a refractometer. So we'll see what I can get. I think my reef shop there tomorrow when I'm there, I'm going to see. I think he's charging $36, but that that to me is an important piece of gear to have, and I will also calibrate it before I send it, so I know that it's calibrated already. You do have to keep doing it, but it's not a big deal to do that. And my op on the Apex thing, absolutely sure you could. They are very simple, and there's so much out there on them that you literally can download. It's almost like a script, they call it, and it would program it for you. Like 99% sure that they have those, right? But it's kind of this weird, how to put it, man. The whole Apex thing, automation, we talk about it a lot. And it's not that I want automated dosing and all that. And of course, an Apex can do that. I like real-time monitoring. The idea of it really, I don't know, gets me hard. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, I like to know my temp's okay. My pH is okay. And that my, so on and so forth, right? But the thing is that for the system to do the real-time monitoring on calcium, magnesium, and alkalinity, they did it. It's called the Trident, like the gum system, and it's amazing. So it tests as frequently as you want to set it. You can have it do it every day. No, I hear you. But you know what? That's the great thing, is that we can show you. I can't, but there are guys who have channels that show that. I found the BRS TV one. That would be the one time that I found them really lacking, BRS TV, is that they show that and they're kind of like, yeah, look, easy peasy, lemon squeeze. And it's so quick when they did it. And it's like, what? So. But, to go back to the Trident thing, the testing, that really intrigued me. But I do have an issue. The initial cost is $600 alone for that to do the automatic calcium, magnesium, and alkalinity testing for you. Don't even worry about it. Really, the first 6 months of this hobby is all about how bad you can, and I'm not worried about monetizing, fuck up. Trust me, I royally screwed up my first 6 months doing this. I've been doing it, I guess I've been doing it almost 4 years now. I was like, oh, wow, really? 3, and headed for that way. And it's like, yeah, like Dave's been at it, Angelic there for like 20 years. And it is, you learn these little things every day. You realize something you did wrong or right. A really good tip I can give you is have a logbook. Right now, I use a program on my phone called Aquarimate. It's $11.99, and you can do your parameters. You can put what stock you have in your tank. If you have multiple tanks, you can list them all, and that's I found really handy. But I wrote it out at first, so in my logbook tested on what day, what the parameters were, but and write it how it works for you, right? Calcium at whatever it is, so on and so forth. And testing, don't let it turn you into a number chaser. That's the big one. And me and Dave were talking about that. I know we've actually had many conversations about that. Chasing numbers is probably a surefire way to put you out of the hobby. It really will, because you'll drive yourself absolutely nuts trying to figure out what you're reading. You're literally just getting your feet wet. No pun intended, I guess. No puns intended. To confuse yourself with stats, it's really more about rate. Number one thing I can always say is this hobby's all about water, right? The better your water quality, everything else will kind of fall in line, right? So if you're chasing numbers and your water is fine and everything's living, uh, who can argue with it? You look at your tank, it's looking good, and you kind of move forward with it, right? Yeah, I don't think you'll ever get anybody that will argue about chasing numbers. Anyone's got any experience with it, it's you understand it right away that the only thing you need to know is ammonia is 0 and the salinity is bang on and the temperature is right. And then everything else you can kind of work on, right? But don't chase like pH. Oh, man. I got asked about that again today. How do I get my pH 8.3? And it's like, well, where's your tank? How close is it to, that you can run the hose off your skimmer and get, I don't have a skimmer. Well, that's probably why your pH is low, number one, right there. You're not oxygenating the water enough. Hey, Bubba, get in here. I'm rambling, man. I am too tired for this crap. Sorry. But yeah, a lot of people really chase numbers, and it's not important at first. If you're going to start keeping SPS coral at some point, it becomes a little more important. But man, my fish are in my tank. My fish look amazing. They're never unhappy. And my coral, meh. Yeah. Hey, what's going on out? Yeah, my pH is 7.9. Sometimes it's 8. And the only reason mine's that high is because I do have an airline run outside for my skimmers. So, yeah, exactly, Bubba. Your tank looks great. You know what I mean? For a pH like that, right? It's like alkalinity. It's another one. Oh my God, my alkalinity is 11.4. And it's like, how's it look? Well, everything looks okay. Right. Well, chances are it could be X and Y that are causing that. And, they'll come around. Hey, what's going up, Reef God? Apparently, I picked a good night to throw up a stream when I'm absolutely exhausted and willing to blubber my way through everything. My God, I smoked so much today driving, I'm pretty sure I gave myself cancer. So, oh, geez. Hey, Bubba, do you know how to make the link right? Since you're a wrench. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Hold on here. There we go. For anybody who wants to hop into the Hangout. And thank you to anyone who's in here tonight. I always appreciate when people drop in on my stream. Yeah. A lovely Lisa's here. I'm sure that will attract many people into my channel tonight. Coca-Cola does the body good. Not. Yeah, need to get a few people in here and start quibbling. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Thanks for dropping in. So I got the DCP 3000 pump running on the 20. It's been running rock solid for the last 4 or 5 days now. I've only got it up half. I'm going to get a gate valve, I think, to replace my ball valve so I can get a little more accurate and start running that. And I like it so much, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a DCP 4000 for my 120 because it's got the right range for volume. And yeah, that's my next little thing. No, so anything new going on in the hobby that anybody's interested in? Probably not. We all do the same crap. Keeps buffering, Dave. What are you doing? Hey, Tina. And you mean it keeps buffering in the Hangout, Dave, or it's hanging buffering in good old YouTube here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, link seems to be working for me, but that's me.
I'm in.
Ah, there we are. How you doing, Tina?
I'm sitting in the dark.
Yeah, I hear you. Husband will think you're cheating on him. Come on now.
No, I'm out in the garage smoking.
There you go.
So I came home today. I think it was you that helped me set up the ATO, right?
Yep, that was me. Yep.
Oh, okay. The pump, the first pump that they had me put on didn't work. It stopped working, kept beeping at me. So I put the new pump on. It's been working fine. I come home and realized my sump was about 3 inches too high.
Okay.
And so I was in another stream just before this with somebody named John, and they helped me figure it out. I had to pull out the sponge and give it a good clean, and then put it back in there, and not push it back all the way down to the ground because somebody had me push it all the way to the floor, and so I backed up some.
So I'll give you a couple of tips. Okay, so you're doing some mechanical filtration. I use filter socks. And occasionally we'll use like floss or something as well to clean things up. You have to do that about every 3 days.
Okay.
Right? It's just a really good habit.
I kind of figured it didn't hit me though, that, like with my hang on back stuff, I always, whenever I did a water change, I always like rinsed out my media and my sponge and all that stuff and then put everything back together. And it, for some reason, it just didn't dawn on me. Maybe because it's black and kind of blends in.
Oh, and
so when
Yeah,
I
it
saw it,
does.
like, well, that's got to be the problem, and pulled it out and we washed it off, and it leveled back out. So I've got the auto top off turned off because it did lower my salinity quite a bit.
Yep.
I'd
So
say,
leave it off till the salinity comes back in line, and then turn it back on. Yep.
yep, yes, sir.
Yippers. All right, Dave, you gonna hop in? I think the link. I read it. Never mind. Man, I'm gonna trip over my tongue. I'm exhausted, guys. I have driven. I figured it out the other day. Well over 3,000 kilometers, which is something like almost 2,000 something miles in the
Ooh.
last week. No, 2 weeks. And I have been up since 7:30 this morning. So,
You need to go to bed.
yeah, I'm getting there. I need to mellow out. And I still got to go back up and finish unloading this guy. Oh, it's just, God damn it. You know, oh, well, whatever. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't kick him in the ass. So, oh, wait, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. He'll kick back.
That's the only problem, right?
He'll probably kick you in the head.
Now, there's my mother laying in bed. She's suffering a little bit. She's having a bad night. We get there, and I told them, you can't give her beer. She can't drink it. She knows she can't drink it because it depresses her breathing too hard. And what's the first thing I hear him say? Do you want a beer? You know, oh, for fuck's sake. You know, like, God damn it, I know how this is going to go already, right? Yeah. And I'm just sitting there, and I looked at my wife, and I went, well, you know what? I had nothing to do with it. I was just a wheelman.
Yeah.
So that's all I can do. Screw them all. And I was saying, and Lisa was hearing it, a few people were hearing it. What's really funny is he started to talk to me about, the reef hobby, right? And you could tell his mind's just can't comprehend it, right? So I took him I was in Halifax, so I got to go to AFK Reef and One Fish, Two Fish, which are the two reef shops down there, and was sorely disappointed by what was going on. 11:20 where you are, it is 1:20 in the morning where I am right now.
Oh, boy.
That's all right. I'll get up tomorrow, drink coffee. Good to go, man. I played in rock bands. You know how little sleep I can get and function? Yeah. Oh, and I'm ex-military, so, well, that's a long time ago with my dad, but, yeah. No, it's definitely interesting. But anyway, he sort of got a little more, and then so he was looking at the freshwater fish at these shops. He's like, ooh and on. I'm like, and then I took him over to a tank, and they got a emperor angel, big one, and I'm oohing and on. And he's like, that's kind of an ugly fish, and I'm like, that's sacrilege around me, buddy. Right? That is not an ugly fish. What the hell are you talking about, right? Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And he got into my place there for a minute before we headed up to Fredericton, because I'm in St. John, so I'm south of it, and on the way. And he finally got a look at my tanks, and then it kind of dawned. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. This is in your house. And I'm like, yeah, get in the truck. We gotta go. Get away from my tanks.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anybody else who wants to drop in the hangout, feel free. Doesn't have to be me and Tina, although we're more than capable of yakking the entire time.
Yeah, I won't be on for long. I got a long day tomorrow.
I kind of do, but I'm going to the reef shop. I think I'm gonna get a tuxedo urchin for sure, just to help out in that 20, because he's got little ones. I saw the cutest one though at One Fish or AFK Reef. It was the size of a Coke bottle top.
Oh my goodness!
It was that small, and I'm like, oh my god, look at that thing, right? And of course, he had crap stuck to him all over the place, which made it even funnier, right? And I don't want to just. I'm not I don't like being chemical dependent, so I don't want to hit my tanks with stuff all the time. But when I do, I do. I've got enough experience with peroxide. I'm sure I could kill it all. The algae I want. But I was thinking, if I got an angel and he gets bigger and he can't be in the 20, I can always put him in the 120 and let him eat at the Coraline in there, right? Yeah, I could do that, right? That justification for the purchase, right?
Yeah, we all do that. I got me a little.
Oh no, go right ahead. Go.
I got a little Valentini puffer.
Oh my! So you can't have inverts now, right?
Oh goodness. Oh well, this one here won't even touch the clams that I'm giving him. But he's
Really?
only been here 2 days. He'll go down and pick at it a little bit, but
Okay.
because there's just a chromis in the quarantine tank with him.
Right.
And so I went to feed him and I gave them brine shrimp and he went
Okay.
after the brine shrimp and left that alone. So I don't know.
Okay.
He went down and picked at it a little bit. And I just went ahead and emptied the shell after a while, just put the shell in there so that he could have something to nibble on. But
Well, that's
he's kind of
cool.
shy.
I'll go look in a minute. I'll show you my favorite fish, who unfortunately is no longer with the world. Not due to my fault. I sold him because I really didn't want to keep said fish because of what he was going to keep me from having.
Mm-hmm.
And the fella I sold them to, about 3 months later, they suffered 5 days without power.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so and he had 17 fish tanks. He was going to start a shop down in Nova Scotia there, and he lost like half his livestock. Everything just went horribly wrong for him.
Oh.
One thing I will say though, with a puffer, no matter which one it is, try getting him uncooked. Everything has to be uncooked. Okay.
Yeah.
Uncooked, deveined, shell still on Pacific white shrimp.
Okay. If I can find that in Michigan.
You should be able to. I can find it here, and I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
It's usually in the frozen food, like frozen fish stuff. Go if you have one of those, their counter, they sell fresh stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them if they have frozen, shell still on, uncooked shrimp. And the one you're looking for is the Pacific white one. And what you can do is, while it's frozen, is chop it up into little pieces.
Yeah.
Let it melt in some RODI water, just a couple pieces, and see if he'll take those. Right? Make sure they're small enough for him, because they still have the shell, and it will actually help him with his beak.
Yeah.
Right.
And see, he's just a little guy. He's only maybe 2 inches. He might be a little bigger, but
he'll never get much bigger. I think they only get about 5 to 6 inches long total.
Yeah. I think they said, I think it was on, I've seen differences where they said some get 4, some get 4.5, and then I saw 5. So
yeah, it really depends how well fed and how happy and healthy they are, right? So,
yeah.
Let's see here.
Now he did good with the brine shrimp. He tore that up.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
I was like, look at you, little stinker. He's going for the easy stuff. But he's only been there since yesterday, so he's still kind of shy. I'll come downstairs or whatever, and he'll hide behind the rock until I sit down in front of the tank, and then he'll peek out at me, and then he'll come out and swim around for a little while.
Nice.
And then he'll go back behind the rock. It's funny.
Have huge personalities, right?
Yeah, I'm already seeing it. My daughter named it Cupid because we don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet.
Oh, there you go. You gotta like that. I love like puffers in general. I had a spiny puffer.
Aww.
And he was gonna get big, and I got him when he was tiny. So I'm like, well, I had a friend of mine that was down there, that guy I was telling you about, and he was like, I really want one. And I'm like, yeah. And I said, well, you'll give him a good home. So I sold him to him. And then, unfortunately, he had that incident with the power, so Smoots did not make it.
Do you think that he'll go after my cleaner shrimp?
It's possible. Depends if they're smaller than him. Absolutely, it will.
Actually, it's not pretty big.
If he's big, he may leave him alone. I've known lots of people have lots of success keeping them with other fish. So,
yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that he's a good citizen. I was worried about my coral angel, but the coral angel's not nipping at the corals. It's nipping at the rocks a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
And eating everything else. So far, so good. It's been in there a week and doing really good.
Excellent. Can't beat that.
Mm-mm.
There we go. Well,
you can almost tell their personalities. Like when you go to the store and stuff, and if you go in there enough, you can kind of tell their personalities, if they're going to be shy, if they're going to be calm, if they're going to be spazzies or whatever. You can just kind of tell.
Yeah, or they're going to be complete dinks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen a few of them like, no, you're staying here because you're a jerk.
Yeah, that's the way it works. Yeah. I wonder. Oh, I know where I can find. Oh, let's see if I can. I really want to find it for you. You'll love this guy if I can find him. Let's see if I can find him. I'm going to go here. Wonder if it's still in my reef group on Facebook. I bet you it is. Reefer. Oh, and in case you guys don't know, yes, I do have a Facebook group called Reefer Madness as well. But it tends to be a lot more local people. But anybody's welcome. So I wonder.
Yeah, I was talking with hubby, and it was a toss up between either getting a 2-bar rabbit fish.
Oh yes, okay.
Or a puffer, but the rabbit fish, from the looks of things, would be too big for my 75. It would outgrow it.
Yeah, and a 2-bar would. You could get a fox face rabbit fish though.
Oh, really?
Yep, they'll do well in a 55 as long as you don't have too much rock and stuff.
Well, I have a 75.
75, so yeah, he should be okay in there. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just rolling through here. I'm just going to see if I can find a picture of him that I can put up for a sec here for you. He was a very photogenic fish. Yeah. Nope. So you got a puffer, Valentini.
Yep. And my daughter says because it's like a Valentine that we need to name it Cupid.
Oh, there you go. Name done.
But he's cute. It's cute.
I don't think there's the only puffer I ever thought that wasn't super cute. I mean, it is in its own way, are the dog face puffers.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them too. They get pretty big too, don't they?
They get really big, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, there's kind of a shot of him. I wonder, is there anything I got close up and said, oh, can you say no to this face? Well, we're getting there. That's the problem with Facebook. Go ahead.
Almost a pajama face card or pajama cardinal in that picture that's up there now.
Yep.
And then I think that's a fox face.
Oh, are you on, where's this? You're seeing this?
Whatever your picture is, that's up there. I see.
Oh, yeah. That's a fox face in the bottom left corner.
Okay.
You can see the pajama cardinal.
Yep. And a chromis, I think.
And the chromis, yeah. And let's see who else is there.
I see a clown.
Yeah, and you can see the red filamentous wrasse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one that jumped on me when I was doing the coral feeding. So now we need a replacement fish, which, wife's sad, but hey, new fish. Yeah, and that's the great thing, Angelic. I'm pretty sure Mr. Fox, my big fat, you watch my video, you can see how big he is. He's as fat as that can be. That guy's happy, trust me.
Cool.
But they will eat bubble algae, and some will, some won't. All the good stuff goes with that, right?
Yeah.
But,
of course.
Wow, there are a lot of pictures up here. Well, this hobby kind of lends itself to everybody doing that, so. Oh, there he is. Well, that might work. Let's see if I can put that up for everyone to see. All right, so I'm going to screen share, and let's do this one. Now, can everybody see this?
Yep.
That's him up in the top left corner there. That's a 60-gallon cube.
Wow.
And you can see how small Mr. Fox was then, too. He's down the bottom right.
Teeny weeny, yeah.
Yeah, he was not a big guy when I got him. And then that's Spock, my first blue tang. And he's the one that led to me having to put a lid on the tank because he jumped 2 days before the red one did. And the red one survived the jump. He did not. Yeah.
Aw.
So, I've had my share of jumpers. I wonder if I got any other. Oh, everybody can see my screen now, but let's see here. Yeah, there's how tiny he was.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got all of his little spine sticking up.
Oh, there we go. There you go, everybody. That's why you buy them.
Look at that face. Oh, my goodness. That face.
Yeah, he was like a dog. You'd come up to the tank and he'd just be right there looking for the food, right? So,
Aw, I can't wait until Cupid does that.
yeah, he was definitely he was a great fish. I really I don't blame Buddy for it happening, right? It's not his fault he lost power and he tried his best, but
Yeah.
the thing is that puffers tend to be heavy bile load fishes too. Because they're a
Yeah.
predator, so when they poop a lot.
Good
They're
for the
okay.
corals, though, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, you don't have to go and put skim mate back into your tank. Hello, CJ. So, but no, they're a more difficult, demanding fish because the fact is you got to watch what you put in your tank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spock, the hippo tang there, he bit him, and he actually took his caudal fins, the bottom fins off.
Ooh.
And I was like, it was just a weird thing. Here's this blue fish, and I'm looking at him one day, and I'm like, why is he white under there? And I realized his fins were missing. And the only one that could have done it was the puffer. So
Yeah.
he definitely gave him the biz, and he learned the hard way. Yeah.
Ouch.
But yeah, definitely, they're fun. Puffers are fun.
Well, I figure if I put him in the main tank and he doesn't do well in there, then I'll just designate what is now the quarantine tank. I'll put it, that's a 30-gallon. I'll just designate that as his little puffer home and then get a different one for a hospital tank if I need to. So I've already got a backup
excuse. That works.
I already got a backup plan. Well, I still got this other 55 acrylic sitting here too, but husband's like, no.
That's the way it works. You know what you do? It's easier to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. Just set it up.
Yeah. I had to, honey. The puffer was being naughty and eating my corals.
There you go. I had to. Yeah.
Was eating my shrimp, man. It didn't like the dead stuff that I stuck in there.
Nope. No, it's definitely, I'm going to try bubble scrubbing too, Angelic. I think we're going to get a wood air stone there tomorrow, and I'm going to start messing around, but I think I want to get the bigger pump before I do that. But, whatever. We'll see what happens. Nope. So many things to do and so little money.
Amen.
But nope, I figure I'll hop on, and I went with the easy meal tonight. It's going to be just pepperoni and cheese.
There you go. We had chicken pizza.
Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and if you're missing your teeth like me, you grind it up into a fine paste, and that's good eating. Anyway, most people don't remember that, but if you know where that quote came from, you definitely like The Simpsons then.
Oh, my Lord.
It's all right. I'm sitting in no, go ahead.
You sound like my mommy-in-law.
There you go.
She's got no teeth. She grinds everything up, and she says, I don't know what the hell Bob's problem was. This stuff's good.
That's good eating. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
No, and I was having fun today on the drive back. I started getting a little silly because, sugars do that to you,
Yep.
And I started doing Let's Make a Dope Deal by Cheech and Chong. Right?
Oh, goodness.
You know that line? So, Bob, your second question is, how many joints in a lid?
Yeah.
And you hear the crowd in the background. He goes, 3, man. 3? I roll big joints. Oh, I'm sorry, Bob. That's a... Oh, I guess that's the right answer. The judges roll big joints too. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Well, other kids would be read, Once Upon a Time stories for bed. My dad used to do Cheech and Chong skits. I looked at him one day and I said, "Hey, Dad, what about the tale of Black Lassie?" She was born in the Detroit City ghetto. Anyway, her mama was a long-haired Afghan, and her daddy was a big black alley rat from the dark side of town. Yeah.
Bedtime stories by Reefer Madness.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, goodness. Well, all righty, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Got to get up early in the morning.
Well, thanks for dropping in, and I'm sure I'll see you around, and I'm sure the next stream will be entertaining every other time like it is.
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right. So Lisa, don't forget to email me. And I'm not going to stay on too much longer. I'd love to keep running, guys, but like I am literally beat to death here. So, you know, although I'm sure it'll get entertaining when I start mouthing off about Cheech and Chong skits or something. The Adventures of Red and Roy at the old folks' Sunny to Hide restaurant home. Some say bubble all night, my op. Actually, I kind of heard that too. It is, and you're supposed to. Is it? Do you turn your skimmer off, Dave, or you're supposed to make sure it's on, and then turn it off for the day cycle? I thought something like that. Yeah, and always have lots of snails, tons of snails. Yeah. How's the back, Jeff? Cool. That's right. Yeah, you just started it. Nope. So. Well, I get a few more answers in here tonight, and then I'm going to cut it off, and I will definitely see you guys tomorrow night. I'll definitely be on. Try to get on before the tank shut off for the night, too. And if not, I will definitely be rocking and rolling Monday with the live stream with the tanks and anything I'm doing. My new livestock kind of stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm definitely burnt. Like I said, I've been up since yesterday morning, so little tired, one might say. Yeah. But I thought I'd hop on, say boo to everybody, let everybody know I made it home alive. So you're off the pills, good man. Yeah, work your way through it. So all right, boys and girls, I'm gonna get off. I will see you guys tomorrow, like I said, and have a great evening. Take care, folks. Happy reefing.